Welcome, it's Natalie Tincher with Keller Williams Realty, and we're here at Heine Brothers Coffee, locally owned company. Started, I think, 1994?
Somewhere around there, I think so. Nice.
Yep, by two gentlemen in Louisville, Kentucky, and they have, I think, 13 locations now. But this is one of my favorite spots to go for coffee. 100% fair trade, right?
Yep.
Fair free trade and organic coffee. So
good stuff too.
And it's that time of year with it coming close to the holiday season, and it's getting a little bit cold, a little bit chilly.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm here with Quinn Bernhardt from Prospect Mortgage, one of my favorite lenders. I love him. He always does an amazing job for my clients. Really appreciate that. So we wanted to just take a couple of minutes and give you a little bit of a market update and what's happening. But before we do, it's Christmas season. It's holiday season.
Yeah.
Quinn, have you gotten ready for Christmas yet?
Well, I'm very fortunate to have a wife that loves shopping, so she's gotten us pretty much there. I did decorate the house, though. I will say that.
You decorated?
Yeah, I got the lights up, and we have a couple of 4 trees in the front that look like little Christmas trees, so we got those all lit up nicely. Got some stuff for some kids. We got 6 kids, so that's a lot of shopping.
6 kids, yeah, that is a lot of shopping.
And then 9 grandkids.
And 9 grandkids. Well, this is my first year being an empty nester.
Oh my.
So I have my oldest, 24, who's in Colorado, and I have one that is in the Marines, who's in North Carolina. Yeah, and still one at home. He works at night and then goes to U of L during the day. We call him our basement dweller because we don't see him much. Yeah, but so it's going to be our first Christmas that's quiet, but we are hoping to fly home. The youngest that's in the Marines, so it'll be great to do that.
Yeah.
And then after Christmas, I'll head out to Colorado and say hi to my son and see him and his fiance's brand new house that they actually just bought. So before I kind of tell everybody what's happening with the real estate market, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about what's happening with the mortgage rates and what's going on. Where are we currently sitting with mortgage rates right now?
The mortgage rate is still historically very low. It did jump up quite a bit over the last few weeks since the election, mostly because of the surprise of the election. People weren't really expecting Donald Trump to become president, so the market had already settled in what they thought was going to happen. And the markets don't really like surprise, so there was some surprise involved with that. And I think initially it was surprise in the wrong direction because rates shot down, but then since then they've come up quite a bit. We're probably almost a point higher than we were back then, but we're still in the low 4s for the most part for 30-year fixed rates.
Okay.
So it's settled out quite a bit. What it's going to do in the future, no one really knows. We project it will probably go up. But if people are waiting for the rates to go down to make the decision, back down there where they were, they're probably not going to do much of that.
Yeah, from what I understand, historically, over the 50-year average, rates have been around the 8%, and we've always looked at 6 and 7% as being decent rates. And then a handful of years ago, when it first hit 5%, and then it went down to the 4% range, and then some in the high 3% range, a lot of activity was happening. So they are increasing, but it's still a good time to buy.
Still a great time to buy.
Yeah.
I mean, historically, when you look at rates and incomes and prices of homes, it's still one of the best times to buy in history. So
we're still in the 4% range, so even though it has creeped up a bit, it's still really a good time to buy.
it's a great time to buy.
Yeah.
And people try to shop the rates and stuff when they're buying a house. But when you think about it historically, like we just talked about, it's a great time to buy. And if you're trying to wait for rates to go down, you're going to miss this opportunity because they could go up.
Well, it's amazing. I always give the example of a $200,000 mortgage, the difference between 4 and 5% and what it makes in your payment, as well as you're looking at a difference in almost $45,000 in overall interest costs over the 30 years. So still, we're in good shape.
Yeah,
now, I want you to tell everybody just a couple of points about a really good product that I've used you for a couple of my clients when they're looking at purchasing a home, but there's a little bit of renovation that they want to do as a part of that mortgage.
That's one of my favorite products, the renovation loan. There's 2 different ones. There's the FHA, which is a government insured loan. That's a conventional one. And it's a great product for someone who finds a home and it has almost everything they want, but maybe there's some challenges. Maybe they love the location, they love the layout, everything about the square footage, but the kitchen's got to go.
Right.
Well, in a normal situation, if you don't have a whole lot of money besides your down payment, you're kind of stuck. Or
Yeah.
you're limited, you have to go on to find the next house. But with a renovation loan, you can finance the purchase of the home as well as the renovation cost into one mortgage. And that mortgage is based on the added cost and the renovations. And we do it based on the after improved value.
So the after approved value, and I find that some of my clients that have been looking in like the St. Matthews area, which is where we are right now, but in the St. Matthews area, that it's a little bit more financially advantageous for them to find something that's in good shape, but might need some cosmetic updates, and that they can get that all into their mortgage. And often, by the time they're done, between the purchase and the renovation, that their after repair value is higher than those two combined numbers, what they purchased the home for and what they put into it.
Actually, I do quite a bit of those. Our company's #1 in the nation for that, and I think we're pretty much #1 in its market share for that. And almost every client that I've done this year, which is probably 2 dozen or more, have seen an increase in the value so much so that they're actually getting some free equity out of the transaction. And you can turn that almost perfect house into the perfect house. It doesn't have to be a mold infested.
Yeah, you don't want something that's terribly distressed, because then you're looking at too much money that does not fit within the renovation loan product. But when you look at something like new floors or updating the kitchen or something along those lines, you've got a good structural house there that maybe even have been well maintained, or you have everything that's nice, but the roof needs to be done, and an HVAC system.
HVAC,
Yeah.
maybe appliances. The people that lived in there before took the appliances with them.
Yeah.
You can add that to the equation. You can do you can add a garage or finish the basement. There's a lot of different things you can do. It doesn't have to be a quote unquote rehab. It can just be a remodel or just
Updating.
Updating,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, as far as from my end, what's really amazing that has been happening this year is pretty much all of 2016. And now that we're in December, we have all the statistics through November. But pretty much all of 2016, we have been really, really low on inventory. So it kind of creates a little bit of a challenge for buyers, which is why it's really important to have a real estate agent that's working on your behalf, because there can be multiple offers, or you really have to be in on that first day when a house goes on the market to get in to see it in order to be in contention. Now, it's December, so things do slow down a little bit. Nobody wants to necessarily move between now and the first of the year, but definitely getting under contract between now and the first of the year would put you for a closing in January or early February, right? But with the inventory being so low, sellers are really getting a good price. Now, as an example, we have only about 3,500 single-family homes that are on the market right now in the Louisville area and the surrounding counties. And like I've mentioned before in previous market updates, a good market is usually around 6,000 or 7,000.
Oh, really? It's almost half.
Yeah, so about around 6,000 or 7,000. But interestingly, this time last year, we had more houses on the market, November of last year, more houses on the market, but less sold. So this year we have less houses on the market with more closings that happened last month. So we had, I think it was
expand what they're looking for. I guess.
Exactly. So what they did is, last year there was 1,000 properties that went under contract in November against about a $4,500 or 4,500 houses on the market. And this year we have 35 houses on the market with 1,400 that went under contract. So the buyers are out there. Buyers are out there. They're looking and they're competing for those homes.
It sounds like they've settled in the market a little bit. Like I said just a minute ago, they're being a little more open-minded to what they're willing to buy, perhaps.
Yeah.
You got more of a limited inventory, but they're selling more homes.
And which is why that renovation product is really good.
I would think so. In this competitive market, like you said, sellers can have it. They can be picky, or they can wait for the higher price. So there's more people trying to compete for that house. if it's a nice, really nice house. So if you find it's got a little more challenges or something about it that's keeping it from selling, and something that you can fix relatively easy, and need the renovation loan to fix that one thing that's keeping other people from buying it,
Right.
and you can buy it and have that perfect house.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining me here, and I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I hope you get all your Christmas shopping done, and I hope that you have opportunity to spend time with your family and friends. But if you have any questions about mortgages and interest rates, please give Quinn Bernhardt a call at
502-418-9797. And if you're looking to buy a home, call Natalie at
502-554-9524. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next month for our next market update.